getting the presents that I can throughout this day, because every day is a present from God, and I just try to be grateful about that. You know, it's lots that we could complain about, but this is where I like to start my day and end my day. You know, in this spirit, in this mindset, and just that's it. Connected with people like you know, talk about stuff like this is helpful. It's spiritual food and it's physical direction, and that's all I'm all about is balance. You know, balancing the spiritual and balancing the physical because they do go hand in hand, and then they do play a major part on how you experience them both. Like I said, no matter who you believe, like exactly, no matter who you believe, like what we're saying as far as like these material possessions to help us feel confident and courageous. You need people like that to be able to put you in position and that you can put them in position because it goes hand in hand. And overall, it helps build our character spiritually and physically. You know,
Yes, sir.
the more we engage with like-minded individuals and we all have not vision but direction, like we are trying to educate ourselves in personal development. That's a
Um,
good thing. It's a
is there any viewers that are on here that want to join?
not at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of private supporters. Like when I end this video, I wouldn't be surprised on who was all watching. It's crazy.
No, no, I see my views
Like right
too.
now, if
Like
you say
there
100,
be
it's probably, but
no, I mean like I get like 50 to 100 views, and I just started, bro.
yeah,
So
you
I
talking
don't
about while
know.
you on your live, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it like that, but I get the same amount after it's done. Like that's how many people didn't
Well,
see it.
that's why I'm surprised because I don't know how that many people can show up to a stream. You know, like, and then there will only be like one or two supporters, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But the thing is, like, I don't really care for the views. Like, I just make sure I put out
No.
good information. And when I'm on YouTube, just regular YouTube, like people come in, I get like 13 people, 15 people, sometimes 21. But that's only when I'm only on YouTube going live.
Yeah.
And then I used to get so happy that I just lose track of thought and be like, oh, because I
Like
absorb
you
real quick. But
inspired me, bro. You inspired me. The main topic, mental health, spirituality, right? And it gets popping, bro.
yeah, I appreciate that. Really do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just
Anyway,
my goal, you know, I hope to inspire somebody. I don't get on here just to be because I'm bored or want something to do or, you know, trying to look for some money to make money for my company. No. I just want to hopefully inspire somebody and put out something that's going to help somebody because this is the type of information that I found and it's helping me. And, you know, it's a free gift, a gift that keeps giving. That's why I was just like, you know, I didn't want to, but I'm like, why not? You know, this day and age is all about value. We got AI that's giving people unlimited amounts of value. That's a sad place to be mentally, emotionally, and physically. Looking at the lack thereof because the lack of direction, the lack of courage, the lack of belief. You know, a lot of people they're not manifesting. They don't think manifestation works because their intentions aren't aligned with their beliefs. So when you hear people say that, if you ever hear anyone saying that, just know that that person is dealing with some authentic issues, you know, where they're not true with themselves and their intentions aren't aligning with their beliefs, and vice versa. You know, you can have intentions, good intentions, but you don't really believe. Like um, mantras. I'll teach you about mantras in a second, and also um, I forget what they call affirmations. Affirmations. You can speak an affirmation all day, but you don't really believe it. You know, what's the point? An affirmation like "I am healthy, I am wealthy," which is basic, But a lot of people knowing they're not healthy, they knowing they're not wealthy, or they don't believe that they will ever be wealthy. But you have the intentions on saying this because you want it. It doesn't work like that. I'm probably over detailing some stuff, but I like to let people know what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. A lot of people really don't understand me from time to time. I'm strange. I'm always on to some stuff that seems far fetched, seems unrealistic, unreachable. But I'm a visionary. I see things that people might not pick up on. The small details throughout the days, the small details in reality that I see, and I just try to pick up on it and balance myself with the things that I see and the things that I don't say. Just because I see something doesn't mean that I can tell someone because they will see it the same way that I see it, or even that they have that capacity to imagine these type of things, like with these cryptocurrencies. This is something that a lot of people just don't see right now, and it's all right.
Move. You don't push. You don't show up. You sit there, paralyzed and cautious. You've let your feelings take the wheel. You've handed over your life to your moods, your doubt, your sadness, your fear. And guess what? Feelings don't care about your goals. Feelings don't care about your future. They care about comfort. They care about safety. They care about staying the same. You cannot become something great while still being controlled by your emotions. Let me say it again. You cannot become. Do you think the people at the top always feel like doing the work? Hell no. You think they want to run 10 miles when it's raining? When it's 2 a.m.? When no one's watching? You think they feel like waking up early and grinding in silence while their friends sleep? No. They just do it anyway. That's the difference. That's too unworthy, too late. But if you keep listening to those lies, you'll die right where you are. Same spot, same life, same regret. You want to be free? Then stop treating your feelings like I feel like a failure. So what? Then get stronger. I feel lost. Good. Now find a map and move. You're not made to sit in your feelings like they're some royal guests in your mind. You're made to rise above them. Use them as fuel, not anchors. Nobody's going to save you. Your feelings won't save you. Your pain won't save you. Your comfort won't save you. Your actions will. Your habits will. Your discipline will. Feelings come and go, but greatness, that's earned through repetition, through sacrifice, through doing it even when it hurts.
That's why I'm involved with this and why I'm trying to give you guys a heads up on what you potentially could get involved with that'll change your life in a good way, in a positive way, and in a financial way. XRP gears up for what could be a historic breakout. I'm seeing a familiar pattern emerge, and it's one that has cost investors big in previous cycles, with XRP recently pushing past $3. And I showed you guys the current prices are like 340, 360, and now hovering around 292. The hype is real, but are the risks? The hype is real, but so are the risks of acting too soon. So, like I said, it's like 340 right now, right? This is the current situation. This article was printed out last night, today, or whatever. I mean, yesterday, 2:32 yesterday. The one mistake you don't want to make. I've been closely following expert voices in the space, including Abdullah Abs Nassif and his guests on the Good Morning Crypto podcast. One thing stood out loud and clear. Selling too early might be the biggest mistake XRP holders can make right now. Man, you can help me level up. People like you, if you're watching, I love to join and have a chat with you again. My homeboy Aaron from Texas. Run across people that just got the similar mind as you. You learn from, you elevate from, and it's just a blessing to be around. Like today, right? I go to the stove. I barely got enough to get what I want, but I know I'm gonna make it happen, right? So I go, right? I go to the stove with what I got, and then what's crazy is I started my day off with God. I always start my day off in gratitude. I read. That's how I show my gratitude by my readings in the morning, by putting that positive vibe out, by sharing, the word with you guys. Hopefully, hoping that it uplifts somebody, guide somebody in the right direction for their date, so they can meet their blessings where their blessings are. But nevertheless, right? I go in the store. A lady's in front of me. Um, she getting gas. I go to Speedway, by the way, to grab some drink and this what I'm smoking, the Black and Mild, and some other little things or whatever. She didn't have enough for her stuff for her drink, and it's hot. When I'm riding around and it's hot like this, I see somebody on the streets. The way I give back, I'll go buy some ice. I'll go buy a drink, a few cold drinks out of the freezer, and I'll go give it to the people I see sitting on the streets and stuff like that. It's not.
No, like I can't. Like I already know about that stuff. I had family that was actually in
Yeah, and a lot of
Freemasonry.
things. Yeah, no disrespect to them. Do what you do, whatever helps you, right? But at the end of the day, like you're really just taking away from the original God, and you're making it demonic. Everything that we have, they want to take it and twist it. But the thing is, you can't serve two masters. You're gonna do with that, and you're gonna deal with that. You are your father's
I've
child.
heard
That's
that
how
so
it
much
is.
in the past 2 days. So many people are saying you can't serve two masters. I know, I know, you're right. But the can
Yeah,
I tell
and
you a
that's what they're doing.
term?
They're
Can I tell you
replacing
a
your
term
serving.
though that's used?
Yeah.
It's called sitting on the fence.
Oh yeah, sitting on the fence. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You playing both sides of the fence. That's what they call it up here. Like, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I
Yeah, you
mean,
can't serve two masters, bro. And I'm glad
yeah.
you understand that. You might believe in something different than me. And sorry, I think, like, I don't know if I have ADHD. I just think I'm wired up right now. So sorry, I'll calm down. But I feel like I'm
The way y'all talk
tripping.
is confusing because I have practiced different religions. You totally fine
Oh,
because you
okay.
you used to one religion. That's cool. You want to know everything about it. But me, like I grew up in Christianity. I was learning, but
Me
it never
too.
fulfilled
Yeah.
me. So I ended up branching off to other things, and now it's like I'm finding my way. I never left Jesus. Like I always believe in Jesus, and that's who I call on, so I pray to. But with these other
Can
practices,
I please tell you, bro? Like, with all love and respect, please just get rid of all the other doctrine and turn to the Bible, because I understand there's good material in every doctrine or religion or whatever, even Buddhism. I love
yeah,
Buddhism so much, but the thing is, please, because I think God really revealed Himself to me, and you know why? It's because I never knew Him, and what happened was I had an experience supernaturally, I believe, that was different than any experience I've ever had in my life. He basically showed me that I have to change myself. It's so simple. I have to repent of my sins and be born again. And soon as I believed in Him, though, but you know what? Let me just say my testimony because I'm trying to work it. What I'm trying to say is basically when I first came to God, maybe I already said this before, but I started reading the Bible and I read the Ten Commandments, and I read the Ten Commandments, and what happened was all I'm trying to ask is basically. So I'm sorry to have such enthusiasm in a sense with like like this, but sorry, I was kind of having some. But what I mean is, so when as an evangelist, it's hard to say this, bro. It really is hard. But I don't. I'm not direct. I'm saying it's hard because of you. But what I mean is, it's hard for me to even present this. And what I have to ask is, we all have fallen short to the glory of God, okay? And we have you ever lied before?
Of course.
Have you ever stolen?
Hmm.
Okay, so technically, if you were to define yourself right now, in a sense, and I don't want to say that's what defines you, but basically, you're a lying thief. So,
So
like, see, I can go
overall, I'm a
down all.
born sinner. You know, I was born into this.
So,
Yeah. So like all
if
these
you really believe in karma, then how how are you going to fix this position of you being reincarnated over and over again? If you continue to do morality in a bad spot.
my last video. So if you was able to check out my last video about authenticity and how to manifest and why this is important to success, and for anybody on a journey to trying something new, trying something different, I want to encourage you to be mindful. Also to take action on your dreams. You know, don't give up on yourself too soon. And with that being said, I'm gonna try to check out this article. It's similar to what I just had going on with these cryptos. You know, opportunities are always around, always knocking, always waiting. But if you don't capitalize, you just miss it. For those of you who looking to capitalize, I should have retitled the video actually. For those of you looking to capitalize a major move that you can ride the rest of this year off of and come into the next year with some money in a new financial situation, this is some advice for you and also for you to take action with this